What if I told you your next stunning garden transformation is sitting in your trash right now? Old tires, plastic bottles, fallen branches, materials most people throw away, can actually build a tiny village along your garden border. Not just decoration, but a full miniature town that brings color, character, and life into even the smallest backyard. Today, I'm showing you how to turn waste into something unforgettable. Welcome to Mind Over Decoration, the channel where small spaces become extraordinary through creativity, simplicity, and accessible DIY ideas. In this video, we're building an upcycled trash-to-treasure garden edging village, turning everyday discarded materials into a colorful mini border town perfect for tiny backyards. Maybe I'm just another face on your screen, but behind this project is a real story and a real family trying to keep a dream alive. Every like, every comment, every subscribe genuinely matters. When you choose to support this channel, you're not just helping a creator grow, you're helping hope stay alive, one click at a time. Thank you for being here. Thank you for seeing me. In many small gardens and tiny backyards, people often feel limited by space, budget, and the belief that a beautiful makeover requires expensive materials. But this project reveals the opposite. It begins with something almost everyone throws away: plastic bottles. What seems like trash becomes the key to transforming any outdoor space into a glowing, colorful, and surprisingly durable work of art. By reshaping and repurposing plastic bottles into translucent edging bricks, a simple idea evolves into a powerful visual statement that instantly elevates even the smallest garden. Each bottle is cleaned, cut, filled, and compressed into a brick-like form. When arranged along flower beds, pathways, patios, or vegetable patches, these bricks capture light in a magical way. During the daytime, sunlight passes through the plastic, creating vibrant glowing effects, almost like tiny stained glass panels lining the garden. At sunset, the warm tones intensify, giving the entire border a soft, inviting atmosphere. Even at night, these bricks can be paired with small solar lights to create a gentle illumination that guides the eyes across the garden. This DIY edging works especially well for tiny yards, narrow spaces, and awkward garden corners because it does not require heavy tools or carpentry skills. It's lightweight yet surprisingly strong once compacted tightly into the soil. The flexibility of plastic allows the border to curve smoothly around garden beds, making it perfect for creative layouts. And of course, it's cheap, almost free, since the main material comes from everyday household waste. Beyond function, the most powerful aspect is the emotional transformation. Something destined for the trash becomes something beautiful, useful, and long-lasting. It inspires a shift in how we see our surroundings. It shows that with imagination, patience, and a few recycled materials, even the smallest patch of garden can glow with life and color. This simple DIY isn't just decoration, it's a reminder that creativity can turn waste into wonder. In many small gardens, especially in tiny backyards where every corner matters, people often look for decorations that feel alive, cheerful, and truly unique. That's where these tire animal houses come in. What once sat as discarded, heavy, unwanted trash suddenly becomes a centerpiece of creativity. Each tire is transformed into a colorful animal character: playful frogs, gentle owls, smiling cats, cheerful ladybugs. They don't just decorate the garden, they bring personality into it. The process begins with selecting old, worn-out tires that would normally end up in landfills. After cleaning and cutting, each tire becomes a canvas waiting for imagination. Bright paints, smooth finishes, added bottle cap eyes, miniature ears carved from leftover plastic, and tiny branch-shaped antennas turn an ordinary tire into a charming little creature. These animal houses can sit on the soil, line a garden border, or even hang slightly above ground level to create a floating effect. What makes them so captivating is how they change the atmosphere of a small space. Tiny gardens often feel narrow or plain, but once you place one of these colorful animal characters near a flower bed or fence, the entire area comes alive. Children love them, adults smile when they see them, and even the plants seem brighter beside them. Some gardeners use them as decorative planters, succulents, herbs, or vines spilling out like whimsical hair or fur, giving each animal its own personality. These tire animal houses are also incredibly durable. The rubber withstands sun, rain, and cold weather, making them perfect for outdoor use year-round in places like the US, UK, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. Their bright colors stay vibrant with a simple protective coating, and their sturdy shape keeps them stable even in strong winds. But beyond practicality, the true magic lies in the transformation. This project reminds us that creativity isn't about expensive materials, it's about seeing potential in what others overlook. A simple tire becomes joy, color, and character in the garden. It becomes proof that upcycling can be both beautiful and meaningful, turning trash into tiny companions that brighten every corner. Transforming old tires into tiny cactus cottages is one of the most charming and visually captivating upgrades for a small garden or narrow backyard space. What begins as a discarded, heavy object destined for the landfill becomes a bright and whimsical cottage that looks like it belongs in a miniature desert village. Each half tire takes on a new personality once it is cleaned, cut, and painted in soft pastels or bold, vibrant colors. Suddenly, an industrial piece of waste becomes a sweet little home, complete with painted doors, tiny windows, and hand-drawn details that make every cottage feel unique. Inside these cottages grow some of the most resilient and beautiful plants, cacti and succulents. Their thick, sculptural forms look stunning against the bright colors of the tires. Some stand tall and proud, while others spill gently over the edges like cascading hair. When they bloom, whether in yellow, white, or deep red, the entire cottage seems to come alive with color. These plants thrive in small spaces, making them perfect for tiny yards, patios, and compact garden corners often found in US, UK, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand homes. Arranging several cottages together creates a delightful row reminiscent of a small desert town. Each piece adds personality, giving homeowners full creative freedom to design a playful or elegant theme. Some choose soft, calming tones for a modern minimalist garden, others use bright colors for a cheerful family-friendly look. Regardless of the style, the visual impact is immediate. The row becomes an eye-catching border along a pathway, a unique edging around a flower bed, or even a charming centerpiece near a fence. These miniature cactus cottages are not only beautiful, they are practical. Tires withstand all kinds of weather, from intense sunlight to heavy rain. With proper drainage holes and fresh soil, the plants remain healthy with minimal maintenance. More importantly, this project shows how imagination can turn something worn out into something wonderful. It proves that a small space can still hold big creativity, and even the tiniest garden can bloom with personality and color when we choose to upcycle with purpose. There is something magical about the way light transforms a space, especially in a small patio or backyard where every detail matters. Soda bottle lanterns bring that magic to life, not through expensive materials, but through creativity and the desire to turn waste into something beautiful. What begins as a simple soda bottle, often tossed aside without a second thought, becomes a warm, glowing lantern that reshapes the entire atmosphere of an outdoor space. The transformation starts by cleaning the bottles and cutting them carefully into symmetrical patterns, leaves, diamonds, stars, or flowing curves. Each pattern becomes a tiny window that glows once a small LED light is placed inside. When lit, the translucent plastic softens the light, creating a warm, welcoming glow that dances across the patio. Even in tiny yards or narrow back areas, the lanterns bring depth, color, and charm. Hanging them along fences or patio rails creates a delicate border of light that guides the eye, making even the smallest space feel curated and inviting. Because soda bottles come in many colors, clear, green, blue, amber, the lanterns can be designed to match any aesthetic. Clear bottles offer a modern, clean look. Blue or green bottles give off a dreamy, coastal feel. Amber bottles glow like vintage lanterns with warm tones reminiscent of old garden lights. And with hand-painted accents, each lantern becomes a small piece of art. Practically speaking, these lanterns are lightweight, weather-resistant, and extremely easy to replace or expand. They withstand the varying climates across the US, UK, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. The LED lights stay cool and safe, and a simple protective spray keeps the paint vibrant even in sunlight or rain. As evening falls, the lanterns transform the backyard into a cozy retreat. They create a soft ambience perfect for outdoor dinners, quiet nights, or simply admiring the garden from a window. But beyond their beauty, these lanterns remind us that transformation often begins with the simplest materials. A discarded bottle becomes a vessel of light. A small patio becomes a glowing sanctuary. And a little creativity becomes something unforgettable. Small gardens and tiny backyards often inspire the most creative solutions. When space is limited, the only direction left is upward, and that is where the plastic bottle vine ladder fence becomes transformative. This project takes something as ordinary as a used plastic bottle and turns it into a decorative vertical trellis that helps plants climb, bloom, and bring life to narrow spaces. What once filled a recycling bin now becomes a structural element of a living wall. The process begins by cutting smooth openings along the sides of each bottle, shaping them so vines can easily loop through and anchor themselves. The bottles are then connected with strong rope or twine, forming a ladder-like pattern that feels both lightweight and sturdy. When hung against a fence or patio railing, the structure looks clean, geometric, and surprisingly elegant. As sunlight filters through the translucent plastic, the entire panel takes on a soft glow, especially when using colored bottles that mimic the look of stained glass. As the plants begin to grow, the magic happens. Climbing beans, peas, jasmine, morning glory, or fast-growing flowering vines weave themselves through the bottle loops, gripping the edges as they climb higher. The contrast between the sleek recycled plastic and the lush greenery creates a visually striking display, perfect for tiny yards in the US, UK, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand where space efficiency is essential. Over time, the trellis becomes a vertical garden, a living curtain that shades, decorates, and softens the surrounding outdoor area. Not only is the structure visually stunning, it is incredibly practical. Plastic bottles withstand rain, humidity, and sun, making them ideal for outdoor environments. The lightweight design means anyone can build and mount it without special tools. And by reusing bottles, the project helps reduce waste while bringing more green into urban spaces. Ultimately, this vine ladder fence serves as a reminder that vertical gardening can be both beautiful and sustainable. Every bottle becomes part of a story of growth, renewal, and the power of turning simple, overlooked items into functional art. In the smallest spaces, it creates the biggest impact. When people think of transforming a garden, they often imagine expensive stones, decorative bricks, or professionally crafted borders. But beauty doesn't always come from cost, it often comes from creativity. The recycled tire pebble mosaic rings prove this perfectly. What begins as a discarded tire becomes a stunning decorative border that bursts with color, texture, and personality. These rings are more than just edging. They are miniature art pieces made entirely from materials that would otherwise be thrown away. The process starts by cutting the tire into a clean circular ring. The rubber's natural toughness makes it an ideal foundation for outdoor use. After shaping the ring, the inside is filled with colorful shredded plastic, pieces taken from old bottles, broken containers, or leftover crafting scraps. When tightly packed, these fragments form a pebble-like mosaic. Under sunlight, the tiny pieces sparkle like gemstones, each reflecting unique colors that shift throughout the day. Placed along a flower bed, cactus patch, or small garden pathway, the mosaic rings instantly brighten the space. Their vibrant palette contrasts beautifully with the greens of plants and the browns of soil. This is especially powerful in small yards or narrow gardens where visual impact matters. A few rings can make a tiny area feel thoughtfully designed and full of life. Because tires are incredibly durable, these mosaic borders hold up against rain, sun, and changing seasons in the US, UK, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. The plastic pieces inside do not fade quickly, especially when given a protective spray, making the colors pop year-round. Over time, the rings settle slightly into the soil, blending naturally with the garden while still maintaining their bold presence. What makes this project meaningful is not just its beauty, it's the transformation. Waste becomes design. Trash becomes texture. Discarded plastic becomes an explosion of color. Each ring serves as a reminder that creativity reshapes the ordinary into something extraordinary. Even in the smallest gardens, these mosaic tire borders create a stunning visual story that inspires both gardeners and passers-by. In a world filled with synthetic materials and store-bought garden decor, there is something deeply grounding about using nature itself to create beauty. The Fallen Branch Mini Fence Weaving Project is a tribute to simplicity, sustainability, and the timeless charm of rustic craftsmanship. It begins not with purchases, but with a walk, gathering branches that have naturally fallen after a storm, a windy day, or the change of seasons. These branches, each unique in texture and shape, become the building blocks for a handcrafted garden border that feels organic and authentic. The process is surprisingly calming. Thin, flexible branches are woven between small wooden stakes, forming a miniature fence that curves naturally with the garden's layout. The bark's textures, rough, smooth, cracked, moss-speckled, create a rich visual tapestry. As sunlight falls on the fence, the wood grain reveals warm earthy tones that blend beautifully with flowers, herbs, or small shrubs nearby. This makes it perfect for tiny gardens, cottage-style yards, and narrow backyard corners where charm matters as much as function. The woven design is more than decorative, it's practical. It helps define boundaries, keep soil in place, and add structure without feeling rigid. Because the branches breathe and shift slightly with weather, the fence remains stable while maintaining a natural look. It suits the climates of the US, UK, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand, where fallen branches are abundant and seasons create ever-changing textures. As the garden grows, the fence seems to become part of the landscape. Flowers lean against it, vines climb through it, and herbs spill over its edges. Together they create a soft, inviting atmosphere reminiscent of traditional countryside gardens. This DIY project reminds us that beauty doesn't always require bright colors or dramatic shapes. Sometimes, the most enchanting designs come from using what nature leaves behind. A simple branch, once forgotten, becomes a piece of art. A few weavings become a boundary full of story. And a tiny garden gains a rustic soul that feels both timeless and personal. In small gardens and tiny backyards, vertical space is often the most overlooked resource. The upcycled jerrycan tower planter transforms that forgotten space into a colorful, productive, and visually striking feature. What was once a discarded jerrycan, perhaps scratched, scuffed, or stained, becomes a tall pillar of life, overflowing with flowers, herbs, succulents, or trailing greenery. This is more than a planter, it is a statement about creativity and sustainable thinking in modern gardening. The transformation begins with careful cuts along the side of the jerrycan, creating pockets where plants can grow. These openings become little windows of green, each filled with fresh soil and vibrant growth. With multiple jerrycans stacked or placed side by side, the tower rises upward, making use of vertical height instead of horizontal space. This is perfect for patios, balconies, and tiny yards in the US, UK, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand, places where gardeners often seek solutions that are compact yet visually impactful. Painting the jerrycans adds personality and charm. Soft pastels create a calm and modern look. Bright colors bring playful energy. Earth tones blend naturally into rustic gardens. Once finished, the planters become sculptural pieces, almost like colorful totems celebrating plant life. When sunlight hits the tower, the glossy or matte surfaces highlight its handcrafted character, while the plants inside appear lush, full, and healthy. The beauty of this design lies in its practicality. Jerrycans are durable, weather-resistant, and lightweight. They withstand heat, rain, and cold, making them ideal for outdoor environments year-round. The vertical setup also improves water efficiency and allows gardeners to grow a surprising variety of plants in a very small footprint. Herbs thrive in the upper pockets, while trailing plants spill gracefully from lower openings. Ultimately, these jerrycan towers show how powerful upcycling can be. Something industrial becomes something alive. Something forgotten becomes something admired. And in even the smallest garden, these towers stand tall, symbols of creativity, sustainability, and the belief that beauty can come from anything. In homes with small yards or narrow garden spaces, the fence often becomes an overlooked backdrop, just a flat surface with unused potential. But with recycled bottle pocket planters, that empty space transforms into a vertical garden alive with color, texture, and growth. The idea is simple yet brilliant. Take a plastic bottle destined for the trash, cut it into a convenient pocket shape, and mount it on the fence. What emerges is a vibrant wall of life that turns even the smallest backyard into an inspiring green sanctuary. The process begins by selecting plastic bottles of various sizes. Clear bottles offer a view of roots and soil, while colored bottles add an artistic touch. By cutting a clean opening at the front, the bottle becomes a pocket capable of holding soil and plants securely. When mounted onto the fence using screws, rope, or brackets, these pockets become stable, weatherproof planters that thrive in sunlight and rain. As the plants begin to grow, the fence comes alive. Herbs like basil, mint, or rosemary burst with fresh scents. Flowers spill over with color, petunias, marigolds, pansies, or even small trailing vines. Tomatoes or strawberries can grow surprisingly well in these compact pockets, making them both beautiful and practical. For tiny yards in the US, UK, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand, this vertical solution saves valuable ground space while maximizing planting potential. What makes this project visually captivating is the contrast between the structured fence and the soft, lush growth emerging from each bottle. When arranged in rows or patterns, the planters create a rhythmic, artistic display. During the day, sunlight shines through the plastic, illuminating the roots and moisture inside. At sunset, the colors grow warmer, making the entire installation feel like living artwork. Beyond aesthetics, the pocket planters represent sustainability at its finest. They reduce waste, encourage home gardening, and transform everyday objects into practical beauty. A simple bottle becomes a cradle for life. A plain fence becomes a flourishing vertical garden. And a tiny backyard gains a big visual impact, with just a few cuts and a touch of creativity. Tiny yards often struggle with limited soil space, shaded areas, and narrow layouts that make traditional gardening difficult. But the bottle hydroponic strip offers a brilliant solution, a way to grow fresh vegetables and herbs even when the ground itself is unusable. By repurposing plastic bottles into a horizontal hydroponic system, small spaces suddenly gain the power to produce abundant, clean, and vibrant greens. This is gardening reimagined, built from materials that many people throw away every day. The transformation begins by cutting openings into each bottle, connecting them through their caps, and aligning them into a straight or curved strip. Once mounted onto a fence or patio wall, the bottles form a continuous hydroponic channel. Inside each one, nutrient-rich water flows gently, providing everything the plants need without soil. The roots float freely, growing long, white, and incredibly healthy. When sunlight passes through the clear bottles, the interior becomes a beautiful display of living biology, roots glowing softly, water shimmering like glass. Leafy greens thrive in this setup. Lettuce becomes crisp and full. Basil grows thick and aromatic. Spinach bursts with deep green color. Even in places like the US, UK, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand, where climates vary widely, hydroponics provides consistent growth without relying on soil quality. For tiny yards, balconies, and narrow side gardens, the system uses only vertical and horizontal wall space, leaving the ground free for walking or decoration. What makes this project especially satisfying is its simplicity. Plastic bottles are lightweight, easy to modify, and naturally shaped for holding water. Clear bottles let gardeners watch their plants grow from root to leaf, adding a sense of connection and wonder. The system can be expanded bottle by bottle, making it beginner-friendly while still producing impressive results. Beyond practicality, the bottle hydroponic strip symbolizes innovation through upcycling. It shows that high-functioning systems don't require expensive equipment, just creativity and a willingness to rethink waste. A narrow yard becomes a small farm. A plain fence becomes a living wall. And a single row of bottles becomes a source of fresh produce year-round. The branch and bottle mixed border is a perfect example of how two completely different materials, natural fallen branches and recycled plastic bottles, can come together to create something visually striking and surprisingly functional. This project blends rustic charm with modern creativity, resulting in a garden edging that stands out in tiny yards, patios, and small garden corners. It is the kind of design that feels handmade, artistic, and refreshingly unique. It begins with gathering fallen branches, each one naturally shaped by time, weather, and the environment. The irregular curves, textures, knots, and subtle shades of the bark bring a sense of authenticity that no manufactured material can replicate. These branches are then paired with plastic bottles that have been cleaned, cut, or partially filled with colored sand to add weight and stability. When placed into the soil as upright posts, the bottles catch sunlight beautifully, glowing gently during the day and sparkling slightly as the light changes from morning to afternoon. The weaving process is simple but deeply satisfying. Branches slide between the bottles, forming a rhythmic pattern that follows the garden's curves. The result feels like a harmonious conversation between nature and recycled creativity, the raw, organic texture of wood balanced with the clean, translucent brightness of plastic. This combination adds depth and contrast to small gardens, making the border feel alive and expressive without overwhelming the space. Functionally, The mixed border excels in durability. Branches offer strength, while bottles resist moisture and weather changes in the US, UK, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand climates. Together, they form a stable edging that keeps soil in place, defines pathways, and frames garden beds with charm. As plants grow around it, the border becomes even more enchanting. Flowers lean gently over the branches, herbs peek through the openings, and sunlight dances across the bottles. Every season brings new colors and textures, making the design feel dynamic and ever-changing. Ultimately, this project is a celebration of resourcefulness. It proves that beauty doesn't require perfect materials, just the willingness to see potential in what nature drops at our feet and in what we often throw away. The result is a garden border full of story, character, and life. When the sun sets and the garden grows quiet, lighting becomes more than illumination, it becomes atmosphere. Upcycled jerrycan garden lamps bring that atmosphere to life with warmth, creativity, and sustainable beauty. What was once a forgotten container, used to store oil or water, is transformed into a handcrafted lantern that glows gently along pathways and borders, guiding footsteps and creating a magical evening ambience. The transformation begins by cleaning and preparing the jerrycan, then sketching patterns onto its sides, geometric shapes, stars, leaves, or abstract cutouts. With careful precision, these designs are carved into the plastic, creating windows for light to escape. Once finished, the lamp is painted, often in matte blacks, warm earth tones, or bright decorative colors, depending on the garden's aesthetic. The moment an LED light is placed inside, the jerrycan becomes unrecognizable. It glows from within, shining through the cutouts and casting delicate patterns across the ground. Placed along a backyard path, these lamps create a sense of direction and intimacy. Each glow becomes a step marker, guiding visitors along the walkway. When placed along a garden border, they illuminate the plants softly, basil, rosemary, flowers, or succulents, all appearing richer and warmer under the gentle light. This is especially beautiful in tiny yards where lighting can dramatically change the mood. Even the smallest corner transforms into a relaxing evening retreat. The durability of jerrycans makes them perfect for outdoor lighting in the US, UK, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. They withstand rain, wind, and temperature shifts, and with LED bulbs, they remain safe and energy efficient. Mounted on hooks, placed on stones, or partly buried for stability, these lamps adapt to any garden layout. Beyond functionality, jerrycan lamps carry a deeper meaning. They embody the idea that discarded objects can be reborn as something beautiful and functional. They remind us that creativity can shine brightest in darkness. With just a few cuts, paint, and imagination, a simple container becomes a warm beacon, bringing life and magic to nighttime gardens. There is a special kind of magic that appears when creativity meets imagination, especially in small gardens where every detail feels close and personal. The trash-to-treasure tiny backyard ferry crossing is one of those ideas that turns an ordinary corner into a whimsical miniature world. Built entirely from recycled materials, fallen branches, bottle caps, plastic shards, tire pieces, and other scraps, this tiny bridge invites viewers to step into a storybook moment, even if the garden itself is just a few feet wide. The process begins with collecting discarded materials. A curved branch becomes the perfect arch. A few small twigs become railings. Plastic bottles, once tossed aside as trash, are cut into colorful mosaic pieces that decorate the edges. Bottle caps become tiny lantern bases. Even old tire fragments can be shaped into stepping stones that lead up to the bridge. Piece by piece, the crossing takes shape, blending rustic natural textures with modern recycled touches. Placed at the edge of a flower bed or along a miniature path, the ferry crossing instantly becomes the focal point of a tiny garden. Soft green moss, blooming miniature flowers, and clusters of succulents enhance the scene, making it feel like a secret world hidden in plain sight. Children love imagining tiny ferries stepping across the bridge, while adults appreciate the artistry and calming atmosphere it brings. In evening light, the recycled plastic beads or bottle pieces glisten softly, adding to the enchanted feeling. For small backyards in the US, UK, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand, where space is limited, this project proves that beauty doesn't always require size, only imagination. The crossing adds charm without taking up much room, and the materials withstand outdoor weather with minimal maintenance. Its handcrafted nature ensures every piece is unique, reflecting the gardener's creativity and style. This tiny ferry crossing is more than decoration. It's a reminder that even discarded scraps can hold magic when viewed with a creative eye. It transforms trash into treasure, a simple garden into a miniature story, and a small backyard into a place where imagination quietly blooms. Some outdoor DIY ideas are beautiful, some are useful, and some are simply brilliant. Upcycled tire seats combined with matching tire edging achieve all three at once. This project turns old, discarded tires into sturdy seating and decorative borders that transform a small garden or patio into a stylish and functional space. For tiny yards or compact backyards, where every piece must earn its place, these tire seats provide both practicality and personality. The transformation begins with cleaning and painting the tires. Bright pastels bring a cheerful, modern touch, while earthy tones or distressed finishes create a cozy rustic feel. The seating surface can be wrapped with thick natural rope, wooden planks, or a waterproof cushion, giving the seat a tactile and comfortable top. The contrast between the smooth painted rubber and the textured rope creates a visually appealing look that feels inviting. These seats are surprisingly strong, weather-resistant, and lightweight enough to move around as needed. But the real magic happens when the seating is paired with matching tire edging. Half tires, painted in complementary colors, are buried partially into the soil to create a curved border around flower beds, pathways, or patio edges. This continuity, seats and edging made from the same material, creates a cohesive aesthetic that elevates even the smallest outdoor space. The edging becomes both decorative and functional, keeping soil in place and defining the area with bold color and shape. As sunlight hits the painted tires, the surface glows softly, bringing warmth and vibrancy to the garden. Flowers planted along the edging seem even brighter, while the seating area becomes a charming corner where people naturally gather. In small yards across the US, UK, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand, these multifunctional tire pieces add both convenience and style without requiring expensive materials or complicated tools. More than anything, this project celebrates resourcefulness. What was once waste becomes a seat becomes decor. And decor becomes a unified design that makes a small garden feel intentional and loved. It's proof that comfort, beauty, and sustainability can coexist, even in the tiniest outdoor spaces. Gardening in small spaces presents unique challenges, especially when it comes to watering consistently and efficiently. The bottle strip irrigation plus border system offers a beautiful and practical solution. Made entirely from recycled plastic bottles, this system serves a dual purpose. It forms a clean, decorative garden border while also delivering slow, steady irrigation directly to the soil. For tiny yards, narrow garden beds, and compact patios, this is one of the smartest upcycling ideas a gardener can build. The process begins by collecting bottles of similar size. Each bottle is cleaned, partially filled with water, and connected end-to-end to create a continuous strip. Small drip holes are carefully made along the top or sides, allowing water to release gradually. When laid horizontally and partly buried at the edge of a garden bed, the bottles act as both a visual boundary and a hidden water system. Sunlight reveals the water level inside each bottle, creating a subtle glowing effect that makes the border aesthetically pleasing while remaining functional. Plants respond beautifully to this method. The slow-release irrigation keeps the soil evenly moist, encouraging strong root development and reducing the risk of overwatering. Leafy greens, herbs, flowers, and even small shrubs thrive with this gentle hydration system. In climates across the US, UK, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand, where weather patterns vary greatly, this technique provides plants with more consistent moisture than traditional surface watering. Visually, the bottle border forms a clean line that frames the garden bed, adding structure without overwhelming the space. The transparent bottles catch reflections from the sun, blending naturally with surrounding textures. At dusk, the bottles maintain a gentle shine, marking the edge of the garden path with subtle beauty. Beyond practicality, the project highlights the power of thoughtful upcycling. It turns plastic waste into a water-saving tool that benefits both the environment and the garden. It is proof that innovation does not require expensive materials, just creativity and intention. With every droplet released, the system nurtures both plant life and sustainable habits, making small gardens feel purposeful and alive.